Welcome to part 4 of Paper Mario, and we ended the prologue. And the one thing I love about this game is the intermissions. Especially the intermissions involving Bowser and Peach. It takes a break from the action, but at least it shows you what the main focus, the main characters that the story's focused on doing. At this point, Kammy Koopa is basically keeping tabs on Mario to make sure that he's not trying to disrupt Bowser's plans. On the other hand, Bowser is so confident that he's pretty much won, considering that Mario can barely get up to Peach's castle because it's under Bowser's castle, literally floating in space. Oh, he'll be wrong by Chapter 8, I can assure you that. And as for Peach, we get to find out how she's doing as well. And the intermissions have their moment of hilarity. They also have their moment of, well, sorrow. And most of the time, they have moments that are painstakingly, aggravating. Case in point, the intermission after Chapter 4. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, we're also introduced to possibly the most hilarious group of enemies in the game. And ironically, the literal first boss that has the Star Spirit, which is the Koopa Brothers. They are so totally the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, look at them! All you have to do is replace green and black with blue and purple. You literally got a walking trademark infringement lawsuit coming over here. Yeah, you want to go down that route with just like Koei did, because Koei is not too fond of lawsuits, unless they're the ones on the giving end. Anyway, as for the Koopa Brothers, they literally come in with all the style, the chic, and the pizzazz. The problem of the matter is, these guys aren't at the very first dungeon of the game. However, that very special technique, oh, you'll see what that is the moment you run into him. Don't you worry. And it can be a doozy if you aren't careful. However, there's just one small problem. Bowser just realized, if you're here, then who the hell's at the fortress? Oh, these guys are a laugh riot. Oh, and that ain't even the worst part. They still do something equally as stupid later on. God, the Koopa Brothers are hilarious. But whatever the case, folks. Ooh. I definitely want to go there and save that for later, because that would be definitely good for a certain mid-boss that can be a pain in the ass later. But for now, let's come up here and get... Hold on. Ah, there it is, the hammer throw. And, by the way, there are floorboards in Paper Mario that need to be flipped. Unfortunately, you can't do that just yet, and there's a reason for that. You need special shoes, and you won't be able to do that until Chapter 2. So, with that said, you come to Toad Town to find out that there are Toads that have survived and managed to escape the incident that happened in Part 1. And Luigi, he's just sitting at home chilling. Well, to be fair, when the moment Luigi saw the castle starting to move, he ran out of there and ran out of Dodge. I mean, Luigi being in a Paper Mario game would be awesome. Come on, Nintendo, release Paper Luigi. Everybody want to see the Waffle Kingdom. And Luigi just notices your partner. Poor Luigi. because he got left out in Super Mario RPG, you're not able to take him with you. And he only shows up once, and that's literally at the end of the game when he's leading the parade. By the way, again, there are floorboards, as I stated before. You're gonna need special shoes in order to get to those floorboards. And those floorboards, by the way, actually hide Luigi's diary. More on that, I think, when we get the chance to access it. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, right. I was checking to see if there was anything in the bushes. That's all. Oh, and by the way, you can also check the mail and also the post office for letters. It will be in your best interest to do so, because that's where some of the star shards are going to be, and along with other things. Oh, and that's also a plot dump of the star spirits. And the fact that everybody knows of the legend of the star spirits, but unfortunately, Bowser just literally takes the star rod and says, if I can't have my wish, I'm gonna do it my damn self. So, let's see. We could get honey syrup if we need to. We can only carry 10 items. And we can also store items too. So what we're gonna do a little bit later before we go out to pursue the Koopa Brothers, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna also get this POW block. This POW block will definitely work well against the Koopa Brothers. Or Koopas in general. Because, yeah, we're gonna be fighting those in the next part. So, we just go through and we could talk to all the toads. And also, make sure you use Tattle, because there are certain NPCs that do need mail. And if you have Goombario, you'll at least know their name. And then there's another character you'll get later on that you can use to deliver mail to all the NPCs for star shards. Pretty simple. But for now, we've got other things to do. We have to go to Star Summit. And in order for us to do that, and by the way, that tree had a star shard, we have to go through the doors to where Princess Peach's castle used to be. Oh, and don't worry about that shop for now. And this archway. Ugh. Oh, right. I should mention about those guys. And by the way, the Toad House here is free for now. I think in later towns they will charge. I'm pretty sure Silver City's the one that charges. I don't remember. But I know the full... Oh yeah, you! Parakarry. He's your other member. You'll see him later, though. On that note, you do have a letter from the red and blue Goomba after you beat them up. Immediately after you beat them up, you could pick up that letter and, Mario can read it. There will be other letters. Again, some of them will give you rewards, others is just, flavor text of what happened throughout the entirety of the game. So, with that said, we're going to go on ahead and continue through this desolate area that used to be where Peach's castle once stood. Now, we just need to go a little bit further, and we're getting close to Star Summit, or Shooting Star Summit. The name says it all. Because there's literally stars shooting from the sky. And back then, when you see Star Hill, there were stars everywhere. This is literally an homage to that, by the way. Even the mountain is surrounded by stars. It's really, really cool. But for now, we've got plot dump. So much plot dump because the 7 star spirits have all summoned Mario to try to point them out. No, well, not point them out, but rather to tell him about what happened at the, well, whatever. The Star Haven, yes. I was trying to think of the name, damn it, I couldn't think of it in time, but they were just informing him that Bowser just ran off with the Star Rod, the way he did in Part 1. And all this because the stars refused to grant his wishes because all of them were selfish. So he decided to just take the Star Rod, grant his wishes, and he made himself temporarily invincible. Well, I say temporarily because there will be a way around that bullshit. There is going to be a way. But for now, the only thing you need to worry about is gathering these star spirits, each one of them. And when you do, each one of the star spirits will give you a special power. I'd say the worst one would probably be Clever. Yeah, he'd probably be the worst one. Oh no, the one that makes enemies go to sleep is the one that's the worst one. Cause let's be blunt, ladies and gentlemen, that particular one, it's iffy, and it only works on one enemy. Well, it works on lesser enemies, but it has a high luck probability rate. But at the exact same time, there's one specific mid-boss that it'll work on. We'll come to him when we do. You know who I'm referencing to anyone who happens to have any comments in the comment section. So, once we talk to Mario and... well, once we talk to the Star Spirits... that's what to say. Sorry, getting a little bit off track here. Once we talk to the Star Spirits, now it shows us what Peach is doing at this point in time. She's worried about Mario, because after all, Mario just literally took a 100-foot fall. Actually, more than that. I'm surprised Mario didn't burn up in the damn atmosphere how hard he fell. But, of course, Bowser and Kammy Koopa. Those guys are just going to pretty much make Princess Peach's life a living hell. And Bowser constantly trying to have Princess Peach marry him. He almost got his way in Super Paper Mario, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played Odyssey yet, and I heard that almost happened there. But in Super Paper Mario, yeah, that almost happened there too. And I do have that game. And let me assure you, Dimentio is overrated, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. So, on that note, at least Peach doesn't have, well, at least Peach isn't lonely at this point in time. She has a friend, Twink. And Twink is probably the best friend you could ever have right about now. Especially at endgame. But Twink is a star that came from Star Heaven and would have actually granted wishes had Bowser not did what he did. So he's trying to at least help. And trust me, Twink is gonna be very, very helpful. Not just to Peach, but also to Mario. Yeah, cause there are gonna be some intermission sections where Peach will have to, for the most part say, try to escape. And yeah, the item that Twink gives you is going to help you out big time. Or at least one of them anyway. Oh wait, I don't think she gets an item for Twink that'll... No, she does get something from Twink. I don't remember what it was. But I do know she gets an umbrella from the game show. That I do know. Alrighty then. For right now, let's just say that Twink is going to be a very valuable ally in this game. Because one of the things that Twink gives you is that! A lucky star. Yeah. Twink definitely gives you something that will help you out in the long run. And that's a permanent item, by the way. And for those who don't know what that is, you'll see in just a moment, the moment this intermission is done. But for now, just think of how cool this game really was. They went above and beyond the Call of Duty for the N64. I mean, I wish they would do that for most games, specifically Mortal Kombat Trilogy, but, oh, and Mythology too. I wish they could do that as well, but the N64 just could not handle FMVs or something like that. They didn't need to do FMVs. They could have just did, like, cutscenes where where they could just have voiceovers and just have the sprites do movement for the N64, knowing the limitations of the actual game. Now that you stop to think about it, they can do them FMVs because Mortal Kombat 4 could do them. Anyway, and Mortal Kombat 4 was on the N64 anyhow. So, we finally get ourselves our action command or time hits. And that, folks, is grand. So, with that said, now our hits are going to do twice as much. Unless you want me to show you the tutorial, I think we're going to skip that. But the time hits is real simple. It's just like with Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, except you don't get, except you don't get, the parts where you show off. I forgot what those were. But, I would skip that, but unfortunately, I'll only show you this once. They have an explanation of how things work. So you'll have to press A as soon as Mario is about to jump on the enemy. And as for Goombario, you will have to press A as soon as he tries to jump on you. So, with that said, we can also show off the hammer. And the hammer, you just gotta push the control stick to the left and then release it when it lights up. One thing is for sure, there are going to be some enemies that hammer will not work on. Like flying enemies or shelled enemies. So with that said, we don't need to practice. Let's call it. And with a little bit of refreshing my memory, sort of. I may end up failing some of them. But we now have a perfect victim for our action commands. Oh, funny thing, I should have went there and equipped the hammer throw. That would really help right about now. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, the Magic Koopa. You can use jump if you like, but you can also use hammer throw. Hammer throw would definitely work. I should have immediately equipped that as soon as I got it, but I didn't. And now I'm gonna have to pay for it. And I'm also paying for not pressing the buttons in time. I don't know what's happening. I'm either doing it too late or too early. But whatever the case, we're gonna end this right here, right now. And that takes care of the Magic Koopa, who drops 15 star points. Oh, damn, that's a lot. Okay. And with that said, we can just move on. But not necessarily so. In case you probably haven't noticed, on the way up to this place, there were 4 odd-colored toads. And if you talk to them, well, they don't look like toads at all. They look like the poison mushrooms from Mario 2. I can assure you that. So, let's get out of this area, since we no longer have any reason to be here until after we get the last Star Spirit. And needless to say, the last Star Spirit, ooh boy, it's fun, but then it gets tedious. I'm pretty sure you all know the one, but we'll worry about that later. But for right now, we have to go to Merlin's house. But before we go to Merlin, we don't need to... Well, actually, no. What we need to do is talk to those toads. That's what we need to do. Because Merlin will not acknowledge them. Oh, and I literally had a brain fart and I forgot where the Toad House was. That's what I was looking for. Alright, let's go on ahead and get ourselves some sort of rest. Whew. So far, so good. Things are moving a little bit great. I mean, I did almost, no, I didn't almost die. I did botch up some action commands, but I'll get better on the way to the Koopa Brothers Palace. But you do have to talk to these toads before you talk to Merlin. He won't acknowledge them until then. And one of them even idiotically tells you to talk to Merlin! You can use Goombario to describe the toads that he sees. Well, let's see if there's anything in here. Nope, there isn't. Try to talk to him again. Let's see if there's anything in that tree. Oh wait, no, there isn't. I'm over here bewildered because I forgot that Merlin... You have to talk to Merlin's... you have to knock on Merlin's door twice. And why are we talking to a toad? I don't know. Oh right, I forgot we have to talk to Merlin twice. Oh, and we can't really do anything about the underground until later. Now then. We just need to go here. Ooh! Merlin just smacked me right in the face of the door. So let's go in. Cause Merlin, needless to say, he is basically the plot dump and the expedition. But also I think he does he power up your... I'm pretty sure he's the one that powers up your, yeah, he's the one that powers up your, party members when you get Shine Sprites. But this old gag of Mario talking to Merlin and him falling asleep while he's talking, this will never get old. Especially since this happens at least 3 times. So, the main thing you want to do is, after you talk to him the first time, after talking to those toads, you want to talk to Merlin face to face. And Merlin is going to go out there and regulate. So that's what we're going to have to do. Follow Merlin as he's going to confront those 4 fake toads that happen to all look like poison mushrooms from Mario 2. So we have to talk to the toads again, only this time Merlin is standing there. Cute ordinary toads hanging out. Oh snap! That's awesome. The Koopa Brothers are actually blocking the way. And he's asking, how did you guess it was us? We were perfectly disguised. The green idiot tells everybody to go talk to Merlin. The green one literally told you to go talk to Merlin. These guys are hilarious, but they're stupid at the same time. Oh my goodness. Also, we aren't going to necessarily go to the Koopa Brothers fortress right then and there. Oh no, we're going to have to pay a visit to Koopa Village first. Because you're going to need the blue-shelled Koopa that he's referring to, which will probably be our next party member. So with that said, I will stop it here, and this is RVman985. I'll see you all in part 5 as we begin Chapter 1 and we go to Koopa Village. Peace out and take care.